Well, good morning everyone and welcome to Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam. We got up nice and early this morning. We struggled getting up.
I'm still struggling getting up.
Laura's struggling there, but we actually got a lovely taxi here. I'm going to explain that in a moment. But sailed through the airport. Security was very high tech, very professional. Love the infrastructure. You didn't have to take any of your liquids out, any of your electricals, just everything through the scanner. Job done. I was a little bit worried about the passport queue, but that sailed through as well. Just put it in the electric scanner. So all sailed through very quickly in about 25 minutes in total. Grabbed a nice Starbucks downstairs, a nice extra sweet caramel latte to start the day. And yeah, now we're just sat up on this upper level. We've got views out to the planes, which is nice. I'm just going to sit and chill for a little bit. Now, a lot of you lovely viewers and people on the Facebook page as well, once they saw our travel day and that we got a taxi, which was expensive, to the apartment, a lot of you recommended getting the train. We were going to try and get the train this morning like you had all recommended. It was a great idea. But the issue was having to be here so early. The boat across from NDSM from North Amsterdam to Central Station starts at 7 a.m. So we wouldn't have been there till about 20 past 7, then we would have been a 7:30 train, and then not here till about 10 past 8, which was pushing it for time a little bit, considering we don't know the airport, things like that. People said the queue for passport control can get really big, so we didn't want to risk it. However, we did ask our lovely lady on the houseboat, because the houseboat is split, the lady lives there. I sent her a text message, said any ideas how we can get a taxi to pick us up tomorrow morning, because it's sort of remote-ish location, and she sent me a number of a company. She said these are really good, really fair rates, give them a call, book it in. So I did. They spoke perfect English. I called them last night, booked a taxi for this morning, came out at 7, bang on the dot, there it was. Lovely Tesla, which was a pleasant ride.
The taxi driver was wearing a suit.
Yeah, very professional, doors opened up. Now when I looked on the Easyjet when I checked in, I looked for a terminal but didn't say one, it just said Amsterdam, so I thought we're just going to Amsterdam Airport then. But the driver, very knowledgeable, he knew. He said, which airline are you with? Easyjet, that's Terminal 3. So there is terminals here, but on the Easyjet when you check in, it doesn't say which terminal, it just says Amsterdam. So he was really, really good, and that was 25 euros less expensive than the taxi we got there, and he was there helping us with luggage in the car park. The taxi that dropped us off was like, oh, it's just across the road, I'm not driving you over there, it'll be more expensive. So I will leave that phone number for that company. It's a proper company, fully registered, licensed, insured and everything. I'll leave that number in the description if you want to call and book a taxi yourselves. They speak English. He was spot on.
And
gave him the address.
Booking it, you're saying it's the houseboat, it's a car park, it's this and that, and he was writing every single thing down.
He was typing it all in. I said, you're not going to be able to pull up outside, but there's a nice little car park you can pull into. And sure enough, there he was, waiting. So really recommend them if you do want to use a taxi. For comfort this morning, it was the best thing we could do really, rather than boats and then trains and not knowing where we were. We'd still be trying to get through now.
When we come back, we'll obviously change what we did this time a bit, and then
we're trying to avoid the time.
Yeah.
We couldn't do the train this morning because we needed to get the boat across to Central, and the boats didn't start till 7, so that was our issue this morning. And then I think the first train wasn't till 7:30 either, which was pushing it a bit.
Yeah.
That passes through the airport. But yeah, loved all your recommendations. Thank you all very much for commenting there. A lot of good recommendations, a lot of good highlights that we'll run through shortly. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, enjoy my little toasty, and enjoy the view of the planes. We've got a nice KLM out there as well. So, enjoyed a little chill there. I did a little bit of editing and enjoyed the views of the planes. One thing I noticed is it doesn't go light here until about 8:30 in the morning, which is really late, I think. 8:30 in the morning. It's only just sort of light now, and it's 9 o'clock. So I'd feel pretty strange going to work 8:30 in the morning and it being dark. But yeah, very organised, the airport. Tells you exactly how long it takes for you to get to your gate, how many minutes, etc.
Good, yeah, very efficient, very streamlined and everything, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the nicest airports I've ever been through, to be honest. It's massive, but it's just so clean. The infrastructure here in Amsterdam and in the Netherlands is amazing. The scanner machines they had in security, the screens, everything is super efficient, very streamlined. So yeah, I've got to say, I'd definitely come back to Holland, definitely come back to the Netherlands, definitely come back to Amsterdam. Really enjoyed it. It's actually sort of a pleasure going through an airport like this, where it's just different to see and experience.
Cabin bag, please take your seats, keeping the aisles clear to allow others to pass by.
Well, we are all boarded. It was quite smooth and efficient. Just our luck though, as we come out to get on the plane, it starts lashing down. So we're a little bit damp, but it's going to be weird this. Only about a 1 hour, 10-minute flight, about an hour, up and back down again. Shortest flight you've probably ever done.
Ever done, yeah. Up and down again.
Yeah, be quick, up, down. But yeah, I love that airport, very nice. Be a bit different when we get into Manchester, I think.
Oh yeah, a lot different.
But no, all good so far. Been very smooth this morning. I'm very happy. So I'm going to sit and edit on this flight and see if anything takes my fancy in the cafe. I doubt it though, I might save my appetite for when I get home.
Joining me today on the flight deck, we've got Senior First Officer Richard Matheson. In the cabin, a fantastic crew led by Emma, who's very shortly going to shut the front door and then introduce her crew. And at this point, they'll give you a safety demonstration. Even if you are a frequent flyer, I do urge you to pay full attention to this, just to remind yourself of all the benefit of those around you trying to listen. But once we get going, it's saying we have a flight time of just over an hour, although there might be quite a nice shortcut as we get closer to Manchester Airport.
Illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together.
tighter, cause in my book you were my favorite chapter. And when we left each other, damn, what was I thinking? Thought there was no answer, so blinded to believing. Now you're probably thousands of miles away, and it's been years since I've seen your smiling face. And even though I took measures for all my pain, I still dream about you lately and hallucinate. Yeah. Lost maiden, where have you gone?
Off. Please ensure that you do take all of your personal belongings with you. Please check in the seat pockets, underneath the seats and in the overhead lockers.
Okay, so here we are in Manchester. It's currently about -2. But it actually feels a little bit warmer than it did in Amsterdam, which is very strange. But it's a gorgeous day, lovely and blue skies, all nice and crispy and frozen on the ground, and a very smooth flight. Very twisty, turny sort of flight, because it was so short. But yeah, overall, all good. And we are in Manchester now, where Dad is going to be picking us up. So hopefully passport's nice and smooth, and we'll get out nice and fast. Well, I can certainly see my breath now, Laura.
It is cold.
But this is what we wanted. It's lovely and blue skies, and
This weather.
it's nice to be in the UK. We had some lovely views flying in of the hills and some of Yorkshire,
yeah.
all the frosty hills. It was nice views.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather have this blue skies and ice cold than Amsterdam was grey and rain and a bit warmer
It's a
though.
bit of mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think we skipped a good day today because it was raining. When as we took off, it was lashing down. So I think we did quite well. Let me know what you prefer in the comments. Do you prefer this ice cold but blue skies and frost, or do you prefer it a bit warmer but grey? A smooth journey home back to Mum and Dad's house, and it was time definitely for a cup of tea. We've both been craving a nice English cup of tea when we got home, so that was the first thing on the list, was to have a nice cup of tea, warm up and just relax for a minute after that journey. Well, we are now back home with a cup of tea. Happy there, Laura, just sitting still for a minute.
Yeah, it's nice and warm, it's nice and cosy, and I'm enjoying a cup of tea.
It's all frosty outside.
Yeah, gorgeous. I do like weather like this, and it does look amazing. I'm just glad I'm not scarping it.
Yeah, just sit still for a bit and have a cup of tea that you were craving. After Laura's long-awaited cup of tea, it was an icy drive over to her mum and dad's house to drop her off. She was going to enjoy some family time. It was some lovely scenery out the window. It was very, very cold on arrival back to the UK, in the minus figures, not quite like Amsterdam. And then it was back home for me to enjoy some family time with mine. It was a Pizza Hut for dinner. One of my favourite things to get when I'm back in England is a Pizza Hut, believe it or not. Cheese, stuffed crust, pepperoni is my favourite. And then we just relaxed, we had a chat, talked about Amsterdam, and we actually watched the first episode of Meghan and Harry on Netflix. And that was mostly it. I did a little bit of editing, and it was time for bed to get ourselves up nice and early the following day. I hope you did enjoy this travel day. If you haven't seen our Amsterdam vlogs, do please go back and check them out. They are absolutely fantastic. We had an amazing time. We did loads of different things, so do check those out. Consider subscribing. It's completely free. Please do hit the thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts on Amsterdam Airport. I thought it was exceptional. I do wish that the UK airports were as good as Amsterdam's there, especially with those new scanners which make it so much easier not having to take electricals and liquids out. Hopefully they are coming soon to Manchester and some of the other UK airports. But for now, that's it from us. Thank you very much for watching, and stride on.